I hope you are well. I hope you got notifications today. It's good to see more than 5 of you, but the 5, grateful to have you too. All right, I'll turn off the. Oh, I've got a notification. All right, so the notifications did go out. That's good. That's good. I have an open window here, and I had to go quickly open the window in the other room because there was a little altercation going on here about who would get to sit in the window. So took care of that. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. And thank you so much to our moderators. You make this possible. Oh, Deanna, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I believe you said it was your uncle, I think. I'm so sorry. And I just want to just take a minute and just send the most positive, loving energy from the divine into everyone today. Everyone on this side, everyone on the other side. Just the most powerful, beautiful, loving, healing, just magnificent energy, just flooding through all the world. Bright light to give comfort and health. So, to everyone. Okay. Yes, there's a kitty. Okay. Oh, Teresa is here saying hello. Today's special here. Ozzy, 20 years old, made a cat food cake for him and his friends. That is sweet. That is sweet. Hello. From Northern Ireland. How do you pronounce your name? It looks like Marid, but I don't want to mispronounce it. So, okay. Anybody who's new here, just so you know, we usually spend the first 10 minutes or so. I take your questions and I make a list here. If you are talking directly to me, do put your, not just your questions, but even if you're talking to me during the live stream, put what you're saying in all caps, so then I'll know you're talking to me. Because people here, they're really friendly and they talk to each other and they're really supportive of each other, and so I know what's directed at me. So, let me think. Yes, first 10 minutes, put things in all caps. I can't always get to every question. I have to go by my gut as to what I think I should be reading on. So it's, if I don't read your question or I say it out loud, but then I don't read on it, it's nothing personal. It really, really isn't. And please don't feel slighted. That's the opposite of what I'm trying to do here. The whole reason I'm doing this here is so I can help you sleep better at night. Okay? Also, in about a week or less, just less, I'll be making my quarterly donation to feedingamerica.org, and any income that comes into Black and Orange from any source, 10% gross. So 10% of exactly what comes in, it goes to feedingamerica.org, and I'm going to be paying that quarterly. I was paying it annually, but now I'm going to pay it quarterly. Okay? So, just got here. I've got open windows. I've got cats fighting with each other to get leash. Okay, sorry, I'm trying not to miss names here. Okay, so let me pull out my thing and I will scroll back up to look for anything that is in all caps. We'll make this just a little bit bigger. And I will get your questions. All right. Let me scroll back up here. All right, we are almost at 5 minutes, so I'm going to just grab as many questions here as I can. Okay. Oh, and yesterday I read through a lot of your. Oh, Kathy Anderson, start with a prayer. Kathy's asked me to start with a prayer, so I did. Good. Ian asked me yesterday if I was a teacher, and I was not. Okay, what will the world look like post-19? Are we flattening the curve? Allison is asking. Okay, we got that. Secret Zelda. Oh, your aunt, who means everything to me, sick in the hospital alone and was diagnosed with cancer. I'm so sorry, Secret Zelda. I'm so sorry, Zelda. I am so sorry. Whew. Thank you, Jean. Boo Boo is good to see. I have my little dog and 2 cats near me. Good. Will Trump get charged with involuntary manslaughter and criminal negligence? Oh, we're reading on that. Oh, we're reading on that. Let me at it. Let me at it. Oops, oops, oops. Jumped. I want the window seat. Exactly. Thank you for the reminder. How is Greta? Hello, Autumn. Please read on the climate crisis post-COVID. Will we tackle climate challenges? Let me see. Let's see here. Put that to the list. Autumn, did you see that Nancy formed a select committee on C-19? You nailed it yesterday. Oh, thank you. I have got to share. I completely forgot. I've got to share with you. Did you guys hear Nancy Pelosi just now on Andrea Mitchell? Andrea Mitchell asked her, what do you say to Mitch McConnell, who said that that they were distracted from the coronavirus, from reacting to the coronavirus. They were distracted by impeachment. And Nancy Pelosi, she said, well, it says that if he can't handle the job, or no, she said, he can't handle the job. It was just savage. Oh, that was such a burn. I'm surprised that Mitch McConnell, wherever he was in the world, just didn't just suddenly go up in flames. It was so good. I think Don is stealing money from the government and hiding it all over the world. I'll see if I can look on that. What I've got in the past is he's hiding, he and his criminal offspring, they're hiding money. They're hiding their own money everywhere. Well, they're hiding laundered money everywhere. And I don't know if they can get their hands directly. I think they're managing to funnel money through their businesses and that sort of thing. The Secret Service just paid, what was it, $45,000 for golf carts to look after Trump at one of his properties? It's just appalling. It's appalling. Okay. Okay, so that was there. Heading over the world. Will we start getting enough ventilators soon? Let me see here. Will a journalist bring Trump down? That's a good question. Oh, and if a journalist can bring Trump down, can I nominate Yamiche to be the one who just kneecaps him politically? Dr. Fauci is getting death threats. Yes, he is. Well, Faux News and Rupert Murdoch get sued for giving out false info. Texicana, I read on that yesterday. big old thing about faux news. So it is there. Trump wants his name in the bottom of the checks that are going to be sent out. Is this going to happen? The narcissism. Oh my good giddy aunt. Oh goodness. Quit jumping. The chat, suddenly jumps on me. How can they be distracted when they did nothing from the start? True. Thank you for your kindness, Autumn, from Jody. Thank you. How is John Lewis doing? Okay, I'll add that to the list, Beverly. See if we can get to that today. Autumn, do you think that Trump's kids are going to attempt to get their hands on the slush fund money? Which slush fund money? Do you mean the inauguration money, or I'm not quite sure which slush fund? There are so many. Oh, Jimmy Carter's daughter out of breath. I was only partially. Sorry, Jill. I couldn't. I almost missed your question. Oh, hang on. Allergies. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried so hard to get my microphone off. I am so sorry. Oh, goodness. I hope I didn't blow out your eardrums. And that was very rude. I was trying so hard and it was caught on my collar. Please, sorry. Forgive me. Okay, I've put her in. Okay. Future of the ACA. Trump. Yeah, Trump is, he won't allow it to reopen. We definitely need to read on the ACA. Wandering eyes, no worries, Autumn. Okay. Oh, did I miss something? Yes, I missed. It jumped. Really? Okay. 500 billion. I don't know. 500 billion for what? Taxpayers bail out mom? I'm so sorry. I must have just, blown my brain out through my nose because I'm lost. Can you read on the future of the ACA? Yep. That's a faster way of. Oh no, future of the ACA. Yeah, I've got that. And she's in the hospital. Whoever's in the hospital, I'm so sorry. Send Constantine to the White House. I don't know if he's even up for it. No problem with a little sneeze. Good. Will America rebuild its manufacturing industry? Good question. All right. We are at 13 and a half minutes, so we have lots of questions here. Bill just signed. Will Donald take the $500 billion that was just passed? Take the $500 billion. He can't take it directly. Is the Earn It Act going to get passed? I watch news all day long, and I'm afraid some of these things I don't. If I'm not watching enough news, that doesn't even seem possible. But some of these things I'm just kind of not quite understanding. But anyway, we've got lots and lots of questions, so I'm just gonna start on these. Okay, so let's see, what deck am I in the mood here for? It feels like I'm just gonna steampunk. There aren't that many questions on Trump, so I can enjoy that. Okay. Oh, will he launder the $500 billion? He won't be able to. He won't be able to. I'd love for him to try, though. Taxpayers bail, okay, Autumn. The taxpayers bail out money that has a $5 billion slush fund. Will the kids find a way to get it? All right, let me see what I can get on the 500 billion slush fund. It helps if I type correctly. Okay, it's on the list. Okie dokie. It is. There's a kitty. There's a kitty. All right, we are at, this will start at about 16 by the time I shuffle. Oh, has trouble getting back. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Steve, oh yes, Steve Judd. I saw his one yesterday. It was so, oh, GM Dave. Dave, thank you. So kind. You guys are so kind to me. Goodness. Steve Judd is the man, and he was talking about how things will be kind of icky until about the 8th, and then people will be sort of on edge around the 22nd or 23rd. But other than that, there isn't anything really as big, certainly in April, so that the energy in general should get better. Okay, so hello everybody that I have. Sorry if I've missed saying hello to you. Thank you. Okay, we are at 16:45. What will the world look like post 19? Oh, sit up straight. Right now I'm just going to keep the camera up so you can see the kitty, because he's a good boy. Yes, he is. What's the world going to be like post 19, sweetie? What do you think? Is it going to be a good place for kitties? Oh, the camera is kitty approved. Is it going to be a good place for kitties? Will there be kitty treats? Will there be kitty treats? And soft beds? And cute little toys? Okay. What will the world be like post 19? The energy, it doesn't feel that much different. Okay, I'm getting a weird sense of, oh, Joe, thank you. Oh my gosh. Jody, oh my gosh. You guys are gonna make me tear up here in a second. You're so kind. Okay, the energy I'm getting is actually, it's like we step more into the future with technology. Sorry, I'm not looking at, oh, thank you, Jill. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to look away so I can concentrate on this, but hang on. It's an embrace of technology. The way we're embracing technology now to communicate, to get information, to order things, to we're moving more and more and more into a heavily technological future, and which is one of the reasons why I worry a little bit about Pluto entering Aquarius in 2024, because Aquarius rules technology, and Pluto plows through. So I think between now and then, we are going to get just more and more overall, wildly more and more technology based. This is actually nice. This energy's, usually it's like I have to brace myself to do some of these readings. It's like, okay, we're going to do readings now. You know, am I gonna face plant in the into, you know, the scummy pond of Trump's energy or what? But no, this is Knight of Wands, King of Swords. That's like that's a Fauci type. Someone who's going to be overseeing, like I know we have someone who is in charge of health and, you know, that sort of thing, but this feels like someone who is, it takes on more prominence, kind of oh, the wind just closed the door. More of a health czar. I mean, like, they have more power. They're much. This just feels like it feels bigger than normal. Will there be toilet paper for all? Deborah, that's a very important question. We'll have to look at that. Eight of Swords, Four of Cups, Nine of Wands. This feels like technology, like I said. This feels like it's going to take a while for businesses to ramp back up. And the ones who, I've said this a million times, and I'll say it a million more. People say that it's a common belief that people say Darwin said it's survival of the fittest. He didn't. What he said was survival of the most adaptable. Businesses have to adapt, and the ones who adapt the most to technology are going to come back sooner. Even restaurants. And I still think we're headed for some. It's going to take a while, but we're headed for delivery drones. I mean, I think that's just a given. But the center of the reading is there's going to be some sadness. There's going to be some actual PTSD, and you know, we're going to carry this in the back of our minds. That's just normal. That's just human. But there definitely are going to be both someone who's very strongly looking out for future pandemics, and people. These are doctors who are going out in the world, and whenever there's a breakout somewhere of something, they're going to be on it, and it's just. But the thing is, this is hard. But she can still get up. She can still get up and walk away. She just has to, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. Oh my gosh, Linda. I sing on Skype to people in the hospital. It helps calm them. Oh my gosh, you are a dear. Oh my goodness. Oh, you can't even get pizza delivery, Deborah. Linda, thank you for doing that. Holy cats. Thank you, Kathy. Man. Oh my gosh, it's not. I need to be able to see this a little bit better. Thank you, Kathy. Okay. What are things going to be like? I think we're going to get through it. We're going to be okay. This is only in this. It feels like this is only in the center of the reading because it's affecting the most number of people. It isn't that it's so awful. This does not feel awful. This feels much, much stronger than the energy from this. And then this is just technology and business. So, you know, I'm not seeing the worst of the worst of the worst. Does anyone know if delivery or takeout orders are safe? I think I need to research it. Texicon is asking. The virus can live on surfaces. Depending on the surface, it can last for as long as 72 hours. But cardboard, it may not last quite that long. What I do is when I get deliveries, I still have a box of gloves, and if I didn't have gloves, I would just deal with things, put them away, and wash my hands really, really well. And then I just let everything sit, either in the fridge, it's usually the freezer. The freezer or the, just on the shelf. I have a little set of shelves in the basement, my little pantry down there. And I just let things sit for as long as possible. And when I deal with bags out of the freezer, because freezing is how they preserve viruses in the first place, I just kind of pour the food out, and then I put that bag away and wash my hands again. So if you're just careful, you'll be okay. If I'm at some point here, maybe I'll order a pizza. I don't know. But if I did, yeah, I just deal with the box itself. I just get the, like even take some rags, just to hold it, take it, put it down on the counter, open it up, and then everybody can get pizza. And then use those cloths or something, when you're done, close that back up, take it out to the trash, and then throw those cloths in the washing machine. So, also a microwave can take out a virus, I believe Allison is saying. I'm sure it helps. Yes, it definitely helps. Vernie, I really don't want to read on Biden's accuser right now. But I'm sure I will in the future. All right, so I hope that helped anybody. I have been worried to order anything. Hubby won't even let me leave the house, understandably, Texicon is saying. I understand. I was about to ask you guys if anyone wouldn't mind having a few words with my nearly 80-year-old father about going to the grocery store. Okay, thanks. But at least he's willing to listen to reason. He's kind of turned to me. He's like, okay, now tell me what I need to do to clean up. And it's like, take a deep breath. There's a lot. Anyway. Texicana, pizza delivery is not recommended in Italy because someone at the pizzeria may be infected. That's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, I think I am not a medical professional. I'm just a friend, and I'm just here to say that if you're careful, I think that you can be okay. We have to eat, and we have to mentally survive this. So, anyway. Oh, please don't go, Autumn's dad. Really? Yes, but he's got a Leo moon. He's a Sagittarius. Mist hydrogen peroxide on mass to disinfect. Great idea. My father is a Sagittarius with a Leo moon. Good luck. Trying to talk sense, tell him anything. Anyway, all right, we are at about 28:30, and we're going to look at, are we flattening the curve? Not comfortable with takeout. You don't have to get takeout. You do what you feel comfortable with. Okay, are we flattening the curve? Are we flattening the curve? Okay, didn't I read on the virus effect on America, or something about that yesterday, and it felt like a body blow, like slamming into the center of my chest? Yeah, that kind of thing. It's that kind of energy. I don't remember exactly what that was, but yeah, it's that. Wham. Are we flattening the curve? Ten of Wands is a burden. That's the card of burden. That makes sense. Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. I get Pentacles for Republicans. Knight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands. Center of this reading, Knight of Cups. That's medical personnel. But they're not, that knight is not as strong as the King of Wands over here, who was concerned about the, that's Trump is the man, who was most concerned about money and the stock market and sorry, let me click on this. All Trump is talking about lately is Russia. Okay, I thought that was something about me. All right. Yeah, this is the U.S. This is the 380 million of my countrymen, and then I'll throw some cards on Italy for it, because Harry's mom is here, and she's here, and she's been through the worst of all of this. So this is medical personnel right in the center, but Trump, he blew it. All he cared about was the money, and he still cares about the money. And then these are the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. These are the Republicans who weren't listening, so it is a burden. But yes, so it would have been better if they had acted. But what we're doing now is that helping to flatten the curve from what it could have been. Oh man, the anger. So much of this could have been avoided. That's what they're saying on TV over and over. So much of this could have been avoided. So many deaths could have been avoided. People are going to be so angry. But are we flattening the curve by doing what we're doing now in the U.S.? Three of Wands, you should have acted sooner. 10 of Pentacles, High Priestess, 2 of Swords, King of Pentacles. Okay, Page of Wands. The Republican governors and Republicans in general, not all, but in general, are getting the message. Page of Wands is often messages. There is no excuse. Yeah, they're finally getting the message. Decisions are at the center of this, and using your higher wisdom to keep people at home. It's helping. All right, that's mostly just telling me what. Let me see if I can get any more. Are we flattening the curve? It's complicated. I've got the 8 of Swords, 7 of Wands, Page of Swords. Yes. Yes. And as nicely as you can, yell at your relatives to stay home. Yell nicely, but be firm. Be firm. Fudge, how come you still don't have a countrywide lockdown? Fudge, are you not American? We have this malignant narcissist running our country? Okay. Let me throw a few cards on Italy. Just for poor Harry's mom over there. Italy. Bella. I realize, when I read on Americans, I realize I get some of the stereotypes when I read on Americans, and I'm trying to pull on Italy's energy, and I don't want to just focus on stereotypes, but there's this emotional quality to Italians. I know that's a cliche, But but they're strong. They're strong. Third day, week 3 of a nationwide lockdown in the Bahamas. I believe it. Italy. Oh, that needs 5. That's a good card for the reading. That's a good card, the Sun. King of Wands, 10 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, and the Hermit. Wow, yeah, it's big old Hermit card. Which is also happening in the world, and it was showing the world what to do. Yeah, it's just laid waste to the economy, and it's a burden. But Italy, you can't keep Italians down. That's what it feels like. It's not gonna wipe out the country. It's not gonna. No. The Italians and all the way back on, all the way back to the Romans. I mean, all the way back and back and back and back and back. And don't underestimate them. That's what I'm getting. It's a burden. The creaking. It's like all the weight coming down on the big solid wood supports and to the wood's creaking, but it's not going to give out. Don't underestimate them. So that is what I'm getting for that. Okay, I see. I was getting distracted because several people were repeating the same question in all caps. So hang on. All right. Okay. Here comes the Sun. Do. Yeah, Harry's mom. You can't keep them down. And the Sun is the card for the reading. So, all right, let's look at, is Trump, since it was a big question everybody wants to know, so I want to answer. Oh, quit that. Invoke D.P.A. fully. Will Trump use the strength of our country or just continue to not want to be accused of socialism? And after this, I'm going to read on the health insurance. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't sound annoyed about you guys asking questions. I didn't mean it to come out that way. I was just trying to juggle. Wow, that went flying. I don't think I lost any. Autumn, please read my warning. Warning? Where's Why Baby? Where's your warning? Why Baby? I don't see your warning. I'm scrolling up. I don't see it. Why Baby? Yeah, I'm afraid I don't see it. If you could repeat it, please. American scam industry, health insurance. I am not going to disagree with that. And if you don't make a certain amount, you can't even use the ACA. You're supposed to use like Medicare or Medicaid or whatever, and then the state turns you down and you're stuck, and it's just ridiculous. So, Why Baby, I do hope you are typing what your warning is, because when you guys warn me, that matters to me. Have to leave. We'll catch with timestamps later. I hope you have a good day, Beverly. Okay. Let me go back over here. We are at 40. Okay. Will the drumplet, will he invoke DPA, Defense Production Act, fully, like he should have months ago? Oh, hello, Trumpy. Oh, I'm not getting my face in that scummy pond again. Oh, yeah, it's kind of crawling on me. Just try to stay over there. I just want to know if you're going to invoke the DPA. Ugh. Did you guys see on his presser, I think it was yesterday, he came out and said that right in the middle of the coronavirus thing, he was talking about how he's number one on, he's like number one on Facebook or number one on Twitter or something, and it was like, what? Warning at 1:44. I'm sorry. I'll have to see it later. One of the things they're doing with one of the things they're doing at the White House is, because Trump wants an audience and he can't do rallies, he wants to be at those meetings, those pressers every day, but he's the president, and so they want to have something to announce every day, which is some kind of excuse for him to be there, to make him look good, I guess, or whatever. So yesterday they were talking about something where it's like, really, you come out to tell us about that? That's your priority, really? Warning in caps at 1:44. I don't have a time stamp on this, but I will scroll all the way as far. I can't scroll all the way back to the beginning, so I'm sorry. Ratings. It's too late. It's not too late, like, oh, something bad's gonna happen to all of us. No, it's too late. It's somebody else is gonna have to come up with some other therapy for it. It feels like even if he did now, it's going to take so long for all of that to come through. Are we looking at higher wisdoms, or are we looking at secrets? That's a High Priestess card. It's needed. Burden. These are tears of fear, tears of grief, tears of anxiety. Burden. Knight of Swords. Do something. Two of Wands. Temperance. Well, they're gonna try not to send all of our supplies overseas. That doesn't answer the question. Is that secrets, or is that higher wisdom? Emperor, Ten of Cups. He can't see it. He is in a bubble. Trump is in a news bubble. He's also in a bubble with the people around him. And he has, let's face it, he has lived a spoiled life. He has not, oh, that's a point. You guys, there is a fantastic article about exactly the parallels between Hoover and Trump. I think it's Politico. Is it Politico? I'll look it up before I leave. I've got some screen captures, but he doesn't see it. He's being told all these numbers, and he doesn't want that on his conscience. But he can't comprehend what people are really going through, and he has zero empathy. We know that. Zero, none, nada. He is a narcissist. He doesn't have any capability of that. He's proven that over and over. He can't see it, so he doesn't see the need. The same way that McConnell is saying that he's not going to entertain Pelosi's idea of having a fourth relief bill. And it's like, oh, McConnell, you have let you are really in it for yourself, aren't you now? And then you married someone with so much money, and you have completely gone off into the ether about what's needed. I mean, when's the last time McConnell talked to just a normal person? Really? Just a normal person? Hermit, Magician, Nine of Swords. People are stressed, howling at the moon. That's not good. This feels like we're on our own out here amongst the not super rich and politically connected, and people upset about the truth of what's going on, people not sleeping. I mean, frankly, I'll be honest, I'm not sleeping all that well. I keep waking up in the middle of the night now. But is that, I've got to ask, this sort of truth, is that something that's going to come out that we don't know about? Or is that just the nightmares we're having to deal with now? Because the anger out there, and it's just the anger people are feeling toward, are going to feel toward Trump and the Republicans, is just going to absolutely people are upset about that. There's Trump. Oh, there's that Ten of Cups. World. Four of Cups. This is business sitting on their rear ends. They can't do much. Page of Pentacles. That feels like a black market. Oh, and people who are taking advantage of others right now. There's a level of the abyss for you guys, and what men and women. That wasn't meant as that wasn't an assumption. It's all men. It's not. Clueless. I'm just kidding. He's just clueless. Clue. Hello. Clueless. Matter of fact, if you gave him the opportunity, I'm sure he'd love to tell you about how many votes he got in the Electoral College when he came into office. I mean, it's just Deseret. I see Trump laying in his casket, in a casket stuffed with money. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Yes, thank you to the moderators. You guys are so great. Okay, so next question is on, we have reached 40. Where's the thing? There it is. All right, we're at like 49:30. Let's read on the ACA. And his biggest electoral win ever. Reading on the ACA and health insurance in the U.S. in general. And this is one of those readings that really doesn't apply to other countries, because most other countries, they take care of their people. Not all, but Autumn, why is Trump jacking up the prices by making states bid against FEMA? It's, let me, hang on, let me copy that over. Harry's mom. I will ask that next. Okay, but right now, oh, more like 50-30. Where was this? Okay. Future of the ACA and health in general. You know how we had a president, we had no drama Obama? He's staying very quiet. And he doesn't want to, it's that he wants to be respectful. It's also that he wants to save his powder in case it's needed. He's keeping his powder dry in case it's needed. But he is beyond. He is. I reached out toward the ACA, and it's like I can feel Obama, who's like, it's right there. It's right. You could open it up. What? He's trying to, but he's. Oh man. And right now, I feel like Colbert, when he said something about early on in Trump's reign, when he said something about Obama, and then he walked right up to the camera and looked deeply into the camera and said, "I miss you." It's like, yes. ACA and health insurance. Yeah, Obama's mad. He's mad. Michelle is even more disgusted. Because, do you know how many children are being hurt right now? Wheel of Fortune. This has a couple of different meanings. Sorry, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. This has a couple of different meanings. It's people running out of time, unfortunately, but it's also things changing in the future. Give it time. It's give it time and people running out of time. It goes both ways. ACA, well, you're rich enough, you don't need it. Up on their ivory tower. There's the devil. Page of Swords, Five of Wands. People being really, really, this is straight out of, do you guys, way back when, there was a movie called Metropolis, black and white movie from a bazillion years ago. But it was very much about class warfare and the super rich. And then the rabble-rousing public, the workers. And this actually feels more like the crisis, the situation we're in. But this is the people up at the top of the building in the, thank you. People at the top of the building in the penthouses, and these are the workers who are down in the bowels of the the building trying to, and these are the managers who are trying to walk a fine line, but they are so far beneath. Like this is up on, the huge top of the building, and this is way down. And people are getting angry. And there are a lot more of them. And this is not going to end well for them the longer they sit up in their ivory towers. This is going to grow. People who have nothing, who are losing family members. This is very sad, but it's also just fury. So it's not looking good for the health insurance. Matter of fact, I'm getting a feeling that I don't even need to pull any more cards on that. But for fun, because I need to lighten my energy up a little bit here. Okay. 3 cards on will there be toilet paper for all? That was a silly question we got, and I want to answer it. Because I need something light. So we are at 56. Toilet paper for all. I just completely misspelled that whole thing. Oh well, I'll fix it later. And I know it's meant as a joke. But. Yeah, this is not, I was just trying to do something silly. But yeah, the feeling I'm getting of just anger. It's still tied into that other anger. 6 of Swords. All right, there is a joke somewhere here about feels like you're on a cloud. We will have enough. This metalwork here, there's a huge grouping of paper mills in Neenah, Wisconsin, and I've been in that part of the country, and and then when you walk around other places, like if you walk around Chicago, you'll see metal grates that say Neenah, Wisconsin on them. I think it's there, or is it Minneapolis? One or the other. But anyway, this is reminding me of Neenah and those metal grates, and it's going to be kind of a boom and bust, but mostly boom because people are scared, and that's what they did. We're going to be fine. They are ramping up production. Let's see. We need Melanie's saying we need cards on how Boo Boo, Zen Kitty, and Pumpkin feel about the crisis. Let's hear from the kitties. All right, and then I'll do another serious thing. 59. Kitties. And you get toilet paper, and you get toilet paper. The kitties. All right. I'll do a reading on it. How did the boys hear? Boo Boo's and Kitty, Pumpkin. How are they feeling about this crisis? Because actually they're kind of a stand-in for all of our animals and children who are really too young to really fully grasp. This is actually a good question to ask. But how are these 2 little knuckleheads feeling about this crisis? I think I know, but let's see. Yes, you. Yes, you there. Hermit. It's not affecting them directly that much, in the sense that, I literally will buy cat treats before I will buy myself food. The voiceless, yes. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. Their needs are taken care of before mine are. And not just like regular food and litter. I mean, seriously, I have so much litter right now in my basement. It's just, I have like 5 months of kitty litter in my basement. 4 months, at least 4 months of kitty litter. Star. They are little stars in our lives, aren't they? 8 of Cups. They don't like the stress. Yeah, they don't like the stress. Because we're obviously, things have changed somewhat. And they know that. They know it's not like, oh, well, when they're not asleep or they're not around me, they're, looking around the internet, or they're talking to their friends, or they're going to visit a relative. I mean, this is literally all they've got. So any little change is huge in their world. If you are more stressed, it isn't just, oh, yeah, a little. We think, oh, it's not that bad. No. To them, we're seeing this great big picture. Right? And so if our stress goes up a little bit, but the only picture they're seeing is that. So if there's a little change in this little tiny piece of the picture, it's everything. And they're not selfish is what I'm feeling. It isn't just like, oh, well, I don't want to be afraid. Yeah, of course, they've got self-preservation, but it's also in the way that we like doing for them, be it a small, be it a babe in arms, or a pet, a cat or a dog or something like that. They like making us happy too. They know when we're laughing, and if they can figure out a way to make us laugh, or a way to make us be tender, they want to do that too. So they're feeling that, on the whole, we're doing everything we can to take care of them, I think. Well, I know I'm doing everything I can to take care of them. And if there's anything missing that they don't have, I just get it, whatever it takes. And they really are the stars, and these two guys really are little stars in my life. So, but what I'm feeling here, I think this might be more specific to, this is to how many people are coming around. Also, it's changing. So they're going to notice that too. But this is specific, I think, to my knuckleheads. It's general in the sense of, if you get really, really angry when you are seeing news about Trump, they see that. But this is also just for my particular knuckleheads, or those of you who read. I'm reading on this stuff every day. Every day. I'm here every day. And they have to deal with this energy because it's here. It's not that bad, but they can tell. So that's what I've got there. What upcoming event will mark the beginning of the end of Trump? Bill, I will definitely look at that in future. But I've got this huge list here, and let me see what else I can cover. Hang on, just reading. Different people who are hurt. Okay, I think this is important because I think this is important. Will America rebuild its manufacturing industry? And then we need to look at why is Trump making the states bid against FEMA? Those feel like the strongest. When will his followers open their eyes? Oh, by the way, did you guys know this morning, I guess they disinfected the big board. Steve Kornacki was on MSNBC. They disinfected the big board, I guess, and they made this poor man come into work, which is ridiculous. But he was saying that if you look at past, major crises, presidents at the time, they usually, if they, their approval ratings usually went up by about 20 to 30%. And Trump's has gone up about 2 or 3%. And he's still under 50. So, all right, let's look at, is the U.S., are we going to rebuild our manufacturing industry? So I'm kind of back in the Metropolis movie. But today, these modern, jump to modern color. Oh, look, it's in color. People wearing masks. Is the U.S. are we going to rebuild our manufacturing? Are we going to rebuild our manufacturing industry? We shot ourselves in the foot. That's a given. Start again. King of Pentacles. Oh, we have to. It's not going to be today, but we need to read on Bezos and what's going on at Amazon. We should do that tomorrow. Are we going to rebuild our? It doesn't look good. This would be the hope of doing it, but actually that feels more like Bezos. The more of the delivering rather than the manufacturing. What is this temperance? Let me ask, because this is all our stress over not being able to get stuff. And it is stressful. Like right now, I can't order Clorox wipes. I can't. None to be had. And it's like, okay, and I'm fine. But it's still that back of your brain going, oh my gosh, are we, what kind of, is this the beginning of the horror? It's like, no, it's not the beginning of some horror. We're good. We're fine. Relax. That's me talking to my brain. So let me see about this temperance. But yeah, we shot ourselves in the foot. This temperance is us wanting maybe being more temperate about spending, putting more money into savings. Wouldn't that be nice? Like anybody can afford to with all the student loans and credit, health debt and credit card debt for basic stuff. Unions. Money. There's the Eight of Cups. Page of Wands. Ten of Swords. Queen of Wands. It costs a lot of money to set our manufacturing industry back up. There's a lot of retooling. There's a lot of stuff that has to be built. And with the rise of unions and the strengthening of unions, there isn't going to be the same kind of super rich who want to spend money on that. It's too much of a hassle, not necessarily a good investment. So it's about the money. It's a message of making it work. But this is a young person who is young people starting to take things into their own hands. And it's like, well, what could we do on a small scale? What could we do? Could we manufacture something? What would that take? What if me and my friends, what if we got together and manufactured something? So as far as like the great big, huge manufacturing in the US, it feels like smaller manufacturers, higher quality, things you don't have to replace as much, much more eco-friendly manufacturing. higher wisdom. Use your brain. These young people saying, we're not going to destroy, we're not going to, use that horrible chemical and do this horrible thing and do that horrible thing. Tower, 3 of Wands. Pentacles. There's some riches to be made by young people willing to pull it together. Having the basis of their businesses be where nobody would even think of having a union, because the people in charge are taking less for themselves and giving a bit more, in some cases quite a bit more, to the workers, and seeing it more as business as being a thing we're in together. And so by just taking just a little bit more, they end up in being very well off. But they don't do it on the backs of the poor. They don't do it on the backs of other people. Yeah, and if they're willing to set their egos aside and use this is also a card of education, it can be good for everybody. It's not just me, I. And if they, they will get rewarded for it. And the more we can move away from a kind of destruction of the old things, the more we can move on to a new way, looking at other cultures, other getting good ideas, but also this is environmental focus, and us getting back, because climate change is also going to be making huge changes. But this generation coming up, I think we're going to have, hopefully, my 10% gross to charity will not be an anomaly. And when I have occasionally hired somebody for something, I mean, I literally, it was a friend of mine, but that doesn't make any difference to me. And they said, I'll take $75 for that. And I was like, take 100. Like, I don't need it's not worth, I'll take 85. It was like, we worked it out. I think it, we agreed at like on 85 or something like that. And it's like, yeah, that's how you negotiate in business, isn't it? And they don't understand. A lot of these business people, they don't understand that mindset of, it's not, I don't want a yacht. I don't, the things I want are not, I was fortunate enough to live overseas a couple of times. That was great. That was when I was younger, following my dad for his job. But I don't need a mansion. I don't need, I even if I hit the big time, I don't see myself changing that much, because I have these values, and the values is we're in this together. Anyway, that is it for me for today. I am out of energy completely. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll go back and read your comments, especially I'll look for white babies later. It takes a while for the chat for YouTube to deal with the chat and put it back up. See, I feel like I'm about to fall asleep on the desk, but hang in there, guys. We're gonna make it through. Okay, it's not gonna say it's easy, but we're gonna make it through. Okay, we're gonna make it through. There are good days ahead. There are good days ahead. All right, hang in there, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same pumpkin time, same pumpkin channel. All right. Thank you.